Amazon buys content but doesn't know how to advertise it. Maybe. Can they not just keep a history of them automatically? No, you have to set them to record. You can't like go back and watch them. Same like with cable television, you can't go back and like watch the rerun unless it's on demand, like unless it's on the specific on demand thing. But look how pretty the inside of these are. Look how colorful. If I can open it. Look how pretty. It's so colorful. I love it. So I've been on a Hassan binge recently. Hassan Abi on Twitch, but he also posts some of his stuff to TikTok, or to TikTok, to, sorry, I'm looking at a TikTok video on YouTube right now. Like I'm looking at a title that says TikTok. On YouTube as well. Oh my gosh. Fuck off. Okay. But I've been learning things about like cops and shit. Because most of the stuff I've been watching are like him reacting to Ben Shapiro being transphobic, or like reacting to guy who owns cops or whatever. But it's been really fun. I've been enjoying it. When does Amazon pay you? From what I can tell, they pay on Fridays. In one place it said it pays you every other week, and then in another place I saw it pays weekly on Fridays. So I don't fucking know, but I think it pays the same way that Kroger did, where you get paid. Kroger, you got paid on Thursday, but this one's on Friday. But they pay you on the pay week starts at, it's Sunday through Saturday instead of Kroger, which was Saturday through Saturday. So basically, like next Friday, I will get paid for this week's Thursday, Friday, Saturday work. And then the Friday after that, I'll get paid for Sunday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, if that makes sense. Yeah, I love Audit the Audit. Max and I watch that every once in a while. But one thing I learned about cops is that their body cam is essentially always on, but it's not always saving the footage. So when they press record, when they go to turn on their camera, it saves the 30 seconds prior to when they pressed it, and then when they end it, it saves the 30 seconds after they end it, for reasons. It's funny because there was probably more than one case, but he mentioned one specific case where, because of that, they caught a cop planting evidence, because he planted the evidence in a place. He walked over to the street, turned on his body camera within 30 seconds of doing that, and then walked back over and found the evidence of stuff. And I was just like, you're too stupid to even get to pull this off. Like, why are you allowed a gun and a badge? I don't understand. It's goofy. I'm sorry I'm yawning so much, but y'all are used to it by now, I'm sure. Alrighty, let's do some Am I the Asshole? How is the music loudness compared to my voice? Is it fine? Am I loud enough over the sound of the music that it's not distracting, or do I need to turn it down a little bit more? Yes, if they want to do shady shit, they have to wait 30 seconds. Down a little bit? Okay. Better? Is that better? I know the music can, like, when I'm like reading and stuff, it can get distracting, so I want to make sure it's not. As someone with ADHD, I fully understand how distracting it can be. Because when I was doing the Amazon paperwork the other night, I was trying to watch Moist Critical at the same time, and I just couldn't do it. I couldn't read and listen to him talk about something at the same time. My brain would not let me. Sometimes my brain does let me do stuff like that, but then other days it's like, nah, this isn't going to work. So instead I just pulled up some ASMR and listened to that instead. But like, there are times where I can do that, where I can, like, listen to a podcast while I read something, but that's a rare situation that I'm able to do that. I didn't expect to actually be able to, like, have to read a lot of the stuff that in the Amazon paperwork. Like, a lot of it was like, don't sexually harass people, don't do insider trading, and I was like, I don't even know how to do insider trading, so no worries there. And like stuff like that. A lot of, like, just reading stuff on, like, in the manual that's like, don't do this, don't do that, don't do this, don't do that. If this happens, do this, and if this happens, do that. But a lot of it was like the same type of stuff that's like the sexual harassment policy. I don't need to read the sexual harassment policy. I know how to not sexually harass my coworkers, you know, and I know what sexual harassment looks like if I need to report it, and things like that, you know. I can't do much at the same time. I mostly watch YouTube whilst mobile gaming, low attention tasks. Valid. I think I'm actually gonna... Should I open the chat that's over here? Or does it look better for me to look over here to read chat? Or does looking over here to read chat work? Because when I look over there, I'm looking kind of at y'all, so... I don't know. Swear to God. Okay. I'm so tired of that shit. Towards camera? Okay. Cool. Wasn't sure if it looked really weird to be looking over here while talking to y'all, but... So I ask. Alrighty. I'm gonna turn up the music in my ears because it's kind of quiet on my end, but that's because I can control the volume that I hear separate from what you all hear, which I really like about this microphone. That's one of the things I don't like about the mic we use for Max Reacts, is I can't control how loud it is in my ears versus y'all's ears when it's recording. I wish that it had that capability, because sometimes that should be really fucking loud in my eardrums, but I need it to be loud in the recording, you know. Whereas, like, on here, there's a volume thing. I can turn it up and down, and it doesn't affect what you all hear. But I can turn it very loud in my eardrums. Or I can make it completely quiet, where I don't hear anything. Which I really like about the Blue Yeti. Even if I think the other mic is a better mic overall. I think it has better quality audio and better noise cancellation than the Yeti does. I think the Yeti is better in that aspect because I can actually control how loud it is in my ears, which is really nice for, like, watching TV or movies and stuff, because then I can, when it gets really loud in my eardrums, I can turn it down, and stuff like that. Or if I'm, like, trying to talk and the music in the background is distracting me, but it's not necessarily distracting you all, because maybe I have it up a little bit louder where I can hear it better, I can turn it down, you know, where it's not loud in my ears. So that's really nice. All right. Hands are so dry. Hello, Max. You should subscribe, no ads. Max isn't gonna give me $5. Or give Amazon, I should say, $5. Give Twitch $5 to listen to me talk. Max gets that for free every day. Plus, watching the ads also supports me monetarily, so... Hassan has what he calls his top of the hour ad break. So every time it hits 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, top of every hour, he does an ad break. And he's like, and you can avoid that by subscribing. But for him, he's got 20, 30K people in his chat every single stream. So playing an ad for half of those people is actually going to make him money. Whereas if I did it for the 2 people who are here, it's not really going to be any ad revenue. It's like someone getting ad revenue from a YouTube video that got 200 views versus someone getting ad revenue from a video that got 2 million views. The 200 views is going to come out to maybe 2 cents, whereas the 2 million views is going to come out to about 2 grand. So in AdSense. So I kind of like that he does that because it's an incentive for people to subscribe. I kind of do ad breaks sometimes when I like get up to pee, but I usually forget, you know. I think the once an hour is mandatory if you're at the tier he's at. Pretty sure VODs does the same. Yeah, I mean, it's just illogical. It's just the logical way to do things because you've got to make money for your time, and he streams 8 to 10 hours a day, so, you know, and between the 50K subs that he often ends up with every month, why not, you know? I don't see any reason not to, you know, for someone that's streaming size. If I was Bose's size as well, I would do that. Even if I was just Katie Benz's size, who's always got at least 90 people in her chat these days, I would do it then too, even though that's not tons and tons of money, you know. It doesn't feel as punishment enough. It breaks your soul. Can't imagine being live for that long. I'd love to. I'd love to have the mental and physical energy to do that, which I do overnight sometimes. End up with close to 6 hours overnight. Oh my god. I yawn more in the mornings than I do once I've been awake for a long time. So, like right now, I've been awake for an hour and a half. Me lurking in chat, waiting for Nico to call me out. Well, Rot got mad at me last time I did that, so I saw you were here at the very beginning, but, you know. But if I had enough people to make it, like, monetarily worth spending 8 hours of my day sitting here talking to you all, playing games, whatever, I'd absolutely find the time to do it. I'd adjust my schedule, my sleep schedule, and all that to do it. But because it doesn't bring me monetary gain in like a significant fashion, you know what I mean? Like not enough to help me pay rent or anything like that, but enough to like buy a game here and there, you know? It's not, for lack of a better term, worth 8 hours of sitting here. Although I still like doing it sometimes because I like chatting with y'all. So sometimes I do it just for fun. I do sometimes, yes. Stream for edible cash. Huh? It's saying that there's 3 people here when there's literally 4 people talking in chat. What the fuck? Twitch, what the hell? Get your shit together. You have 5? It says 3 over here. Well, I guess it's just my computer that's a ditz. Yeah, both of mine say 3, which is weird. Just 5? Well, I literally can't. It's right there. Plus, I like to make sure it's correct, because, like, if there's 4 people talking in chat and it says there's less, you know. I like to make sure Twitch is working correctly. Yeah, I refresh it, it still says 3. That's weird. All names and list is 11. Yeah, the, like, bots and stuff in the chat. And then it counts Streamlabs as a moderator, so. This is why you anger me. I'm sure there's more than just that reason. I refreshed the page and it still says 3, so my Twitch must be broken. Not surprised. Twitch is unreliable. The music is barely louder than the room tone during that opening bit. Trying to stop myself from yawning again. I already refreshed the page. It didn't fix anything, so... Which is weird. Oh, it fixed it over on Streamlabs. Streamlabs says 7, but Twitch, which I have open, says 3. But they're linked to each other. I'm so confused. I can't hear music at all. I didn't realize you had it on. Oh, is it that quiet? It's just supposed to be background stuff, so it's not completely, like, dead silent. Streamlabs is bugged? What do you mean? The Streamlabs seems to be accurate right now. Oh, it finally updated on the Twitch side. About time. Slow. That's fine. I'm not hungry, so. Alright, let's start our first one of the day. Am I the asshole for still going to my sister's wedding after my husband canceled my plane ticket? Ooh. Here's the situation. My husband, 36, and I, 30, have 3 kids, 2, 4, and 7. I'm a stay-at-home mom full-time, and I take care of the kids while my husband works full-time. My sister's wedding was last week. We live hours away, which is an issue for my husband. Oh, I feel like I've read this story before. When we first got the invite, he told me that he wasn't going and he will stay with the kids, and suggested I do the same. Since the wedding doesn't allow kids and my husband doesn't want to hire a babysitter after the one we had robbed us. When we had gone back and forth on this, but I insisted on going since that's my only sister and I want to attend what might be a once-in-a-lifetime event for her. He chuckled at my statement, and then we stopped talking about it. As the wedding was approaching, he brought it up and told me to miss it and stay with the kids. I suggested that since no babysitters were allowed, then I could get my friend to stay with the kids, but he refused. I ignored him, spoke to my friend who agreed to watch the kids, and booked a ticket to travel to my sister's town in time. My husband found out and went on about how he had work and that the most logical solution is I stay home with the kids and let him make a living. I told him that I already took care of the kids and that they'll stay with my friend. Honestly, I grew impatient. The day of my flight came and I dropped the kids off at a friend's place, then headed to the airport. I found out that he had canceled my plane ticket. I was upset but still insisted on going, so I went home and got into a car and drove the 4 hours to get to the town. You booked a flight to go 4 hours away? Why? It's a 4-hour drive. Why did you book a flight for a 4-hour drive? What the fuck? Anyone else find that weird? Just drive the 4 hours. Why the fuck would you buy a plane ticket? 4 hours away, the plane ticket's gonna cost more than the gas, even with the bad gas right now. What the fuck? Vision impaired? Maybe. I like getting filtered by TSA. It makes me feel loved. At 5 p.m., my husband called and was freaking out on me, asking where I was. I told him I made it to my sister's town, and he blew up saying I wasn't supposed to go. Even said he canceled my ticket to get me to stay. He demanded I return, but I said not until the wedding was over. He called me a horrible, neglectful mother and had his mom scold me. And you need to divorce this man. He is 36 years old and had his mom scold you.
Get in the bin.
He demanded I return to... his mom scolded me and accused me of abandoning my own kids. There was a huge argument ensued when I returned home, and my husband kept on saying I was horrible to leave the kids and ignore him like that and do what I wanted eventually. He's giving me the silent treatment as of now, and I can no longer take it. I feel guilty and did not enjoy the wedding at all. Well, yeah, of course you didn't enjoy the wedding, because you had your husband breathing down your neck about it the whole time. I'm sure the kids didn't give a single shit to get out of the house for a day. And especially if your friend has kids, the friend that you left them with has kids, and they have people to like hang out with, because you said your kids were 2, 4, and 7. Like, I'm sure your kids had no qualms with being out of the house for a day. Divorce, absolutely divorce. Whereas I need a gavel for when we read these, because the amount of these that need to end in a breakup or divorce is ridiculous. And it's no wonder she didn't get to enjoy her sister's wedding, because she was worried about her shitty ass husband the whole time. She wasn't even worried about her children, because she knew her children were being taken care of by her lovely friend who offered to take care of the kids on short notice. And instead she was worrying about her little baby ass husband, who, despite the fact that she is a stay-at-home mother and takes care of the kids full time, he doesn't give her a day off. Where she offered to get a babysitter or find someone to take care of the kids that wasn't him, so he could go to work. Like, what is wrong with him? What is his issue? Like, I don't understand, you know, do a gavel emote on Twitch. That's a good idea. Oh, the knock was on time. Because I closed my eyes. What is it, the transparency one called? I'm blanking on the name of the... what's the, like, dot, blah, 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 at the end of a transparent document? Oh my god, my brain is completely failing me. What is this? What is the countdown? What the fuck? How? How did you do that, rookie? I'm still trying to think of what the name of that, transparent document. My brain is just failing me. PNG. It's a PNG. God, my brain was just... Okay. Yeah, it'd help if I could type. This GIF is too long. Yeah, I had no idea you could do that with an emote either. What are we counting down to? Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Penance? Penance for what? There. 5. Ah, that's a good one. I don't know if you can use that for this, but we'll find out, because I'll fucking save it. What do you mean? Well, instead of just downing the whole cup for like 5 redeems, I just do 5 big gulps of water instead, which is basically what I do for 1 hydrate. Is I take 1 sip of water. So, you know, I think I need to do 1 more because Rob redeemed another one. So, and now the cup is mostly empty. I really need to up the point counts because y'all earn these points way too fucking fast. I don't remember how to do that, to be honest. Am I excited for work this week? Absolutely not. There. 2 sips. I don't even know how to change the points thing. I don't remember where to go to do that. I don't know where to go for that. It's been so long since I did any of that stuff. I have so little. I don't even know where to go to change that. I'm so confused. Oh, here it is. Viewer rewards. There it is. Channel points. There it is. How often do you all get free points is my question, because you're able to change that too. What are drops? Oh, in-game loot. That's not a thing I can do, is it? Emotes. Here it is. Here's the emotes. Ooh. Let me see if I can put this... I don't know if I can do this as an emote, but we're gonna fucking find out together. No. No, image format not supported. God damn it. Damn it. It's too bad. I wonder how they make them... Because aren't there emotes that move? No drowning will occur today. Where do I go to limit how quickly you all can gain points, is my question. Oh, there's the community challenge button that, Spiff used to destroy his monitor. Fuck. I don't know where that is. It used to be you could change... Weird. I'm gonna have to look into emotes, because the emotes are... Can't make it a GIF. Maybe I can make the GIF... Because I have this GIF. I don't know what to add as channel points, though. Oh, yeah, I'm sure. Because I have this... I got this GIF here. Which is perfect. But it won't let me use a GIF for some reason, so... I am uncertain how that works, to be completely honest with you. I'm so tired of yawning. I'm so fucking tired of yawning. Yeah, there's only 3 channel points options. And I can't find the spot where you can change things. Because, like, there's the thing that pops up when you are in chat for a while, and you can, like, click the green box to get more points or whatever. You know? Posture check would be a good one for my shitty-ass body. Posture check. How much should I make posture check? 1,000? I think 1,000 is a good amount for most of them. And then stretch is a good one too. It would be nice if I could spell. That'd be helpful. My posture's not as bad as it used to be because of the way I sit in my chair now. My vision is pretty bad, so glasses would be a punishment. That's true. That would make things difficult for me. One of the dogs I'm dog sitting likes your voice. Well, that's nice. I like dogs, so that's nice. Maybe song request. See, the issue with song request is I really don't want to play songs that are going to get me DMCA'd because I post these to YouTube afterwards. Yeah, exactly. If I was only streaming on Twitch and not putting something onto YouTube, I probably would have less of an issue with it because Twitch, generally speaking, tends to be less picky about it, especially if you delete the VOD afterwards. But because I post my VODs to YouTube, so they can be more easily watched after the fact, I can't really do that one, unfortunately. Plus, even if I did, it would have to be an expensive one because I like this music that I use for the background. What was I about to do? There's a thing I was about to do. I don't remember what it was. Could you royalty free music in the genre? These don't have genres set, is the thing. Well, I haven't gotten bored of this music, right? It's great. It's great music. It's one of the reasons I really like lo-fi music is it's hard to get bored of it because it all kind of blends together, you know? Flex request? Flex what? What am I flexing exactly? What do I flex? Because I don't have anything to flex. I could have Max come in and flex. Max actually has muscles. I don't have muscles. It's just stick arm. There's just enough muscle to move it around. There's nothing to flex, unfortunately. I thought you could do emotes that moved. Am I wrong on that? Yeah, I don't know how to change that. It's literally not an option in here, and I don't know why. That's really bizarre. Maybe it randomizes it. Maybe it's like it chooses for you or something. Yeah, that's not gonna happen. Sorry to tell you, right? Glad I changed it. I don't go to Pizza Hut. I go to Domino's. I could definitely try to work on finding emotes and stuff to add. But I've said that before and it never ended up happening, so. Oh my god. Info, my husband dislikes my sister if it's relevant. So a lot of people here brought up the possibility of my husband lying about the robbery that happened months ago and accusing the babysitter of stealing just so I can't hire other babysitters. He was the one who discovered the robbery. I never saw or talked to her after he kicked her out. Upon reading the comments, I'm not suspecting that he made up this whole thing. I'm going to contact the babysitter to get the whole story from her. Hopefully I'm wrong, but I'll talk to her to see if her story contradicts his in any way. I'll keep you updated. Controlling behavior, yep. Yeah. In the bin. He needs to go in the bin. He needs to get in the bin. So. Yeah, we've cooked a few real meals here and there. Mostly the same meal over and over again, but, you know. I smell divorce. Yep, I hope so. It said there was an update on her page. Ah, here we go. Make sure there's not another one that's down here. Okay, let's read the update. Update. So I contacted the babysitter via social media. I sent her a DM telling her who I was and mentioning the incident that happened at our home. I didn't think she'd respond given that it's been over 7 months since she left us, but I was surprised when she responded in 2 hours. I again mentioned the incident to her and asked if she could explain to me what happened. She sent me a long wall of text swearing she never took anything from our home and that my husband came home and was lashing out at her and the kids for no reason. She said that they didn't talk to him that day, but then brought up a previous interaction they both had. Then she claimed that he touched her inappropriately while he was in the kitchen with her. This caught me off guard. I asked her to expand on that, and she said she wasn't sure if it was an accident or that he did it deliberately. She said he didn't say anything, but his looks made her uncomfortable. She also said she was willing to let it go until she saw that he started leaving her texts days later demanding she respond to him, and the day he accused her of the robbery, he lashed out at her, criticizing her work, and then told her to leave and not come back. She said he didn't accuse her of anything being stolen, just lashed out and told her to leave. Gross. I couldn't wrap my head around this. I don't know what to say. Basically, she was saying he tried to hit on her, but then she wasn't sure if it was an accident. Then he all of a sudden came home one day and told her to leave. I can't make sense of this. I went to try to speak to him on that, but he kept blocking my attempts to discuss it, so I blew up, showed him what the babysitter sent me, and he remained calm, which is absolutely out of character for him. He kept repeating the line, "She's lying to you," while I absolutely lost it on him. It's out of the ordinary for him to remain calm.
Get in the bin.
I threatened to take the kids and go stay with my friend, which is what I'm gonna do today after he leaves the house. Since he said that I can't do that, then I'm waiting till he's out. He kept calling me crazy to believe some kid's story over his, and insisted that I was looking to dig up dirt to start a fight. I refused to continue fighting, and I kept my distance. This is horrible. Did not see this coming. This is all shit. Yep, divorce. Gavel. I need my gavel. I need a gavel button. I wonder if there's a gavel sound I can put into my... No, I just want one. I just want one hit. Sounds like a sussy ass beat. Okay. I need one that gavels and then does divorce. A copyright-free one. Eerie. Yeah. Honestly, they really need a divorce really badly, like quickly. There's just so many different kinds of controlling behavior all in one post. It's kind of, you know, impressive to a degree, to be this shitty. Where are we? Can we go back to the page, please? There we go. Jesus Christ. Okay, that was way more difficult than it needed to be. Okay. Or I could just order a gavel. I doubt they're expensive. $20, $13, $7. A gavel with no like thing to hit. I used to have one of the plates that you can hit, that you hit the gavel with. I used to have one of the plates for that. I don't have it anymore, I don't think, but I used to have one for some reason. So you can get a really fancy one for $32. Cheapest one is like $8, so. Well, no, I wasn't gonna buy it right now. I'm not a fucking psycho. I have self-control, believe it or not. Breaks after a few hits, yeah, probably. Can always just slap my desk, you know. I have this little Thor hammer I could use. Although it rotates, so not very helpful. Okay. Okay. Am I the asshole for allowing my terminally ill daughter to smoke and drink? Hello, I am the 42-year-old father to a 16-year-old girl. About 3 months ago, we found out via a visit to the hospital that our daughter has late-stage form of brain cancer, and we were told survival is not likely. We tried anyway, but despite our best efforts, we found no improvement in the cancer, and my daughter is aware of this. Well, recently my wife was looking for a hair straightener, and my daughter had borrowed and found a few grams of marijuana, an Elf Bar vape, as well as a partially empty handle of Tito's vodka in her bedroom. When confronted, my daughter confessed to having been using these substances for about a month at that point. She said that since she knew she likely wasn't going to survive past 18, she wanted to try these things socially and assured us she was being responsible with them. I myself am a user of these substances as we live in a legal state. I do not vape, though I do smoke cigarettes, drink, and will occasionally roll myself a joint. While normally I would not want my children using these, I thought I could make an exception due to the circumstances. My wife, however, disagrees. She only drinks a glass of wine every now and then and dislikes nicotine and marijuana. We had a conversation and came to the conclusion that she would be allowed to do these things under my supervision as long as they were from retail stores and dispensaries and not street dealers. Though my wife remains adamant, she should not be doing them at all. Well, if bitch is gonna die anyways, why not? You know what I mean? Like, girly ain't gonna make it to 21 to be able to legally do these things. So, like, the Stream Deck? Are you talking about my Stream Deck? Yeah, I don't like any of the gavel sounds. They're all really bad. And I want a gavel sound that's the gavel hitting and someone shouting divorce at the same time. So, you know. That's what I need. And that doesn't just pre-exist. I might have to make it myself. Combine a gavel sound with someone shouting divorce. I'm sure I can find those individually, so. Or just record myself saying the word divorce and play it over top of a gavel sound. No, you're not the asshole. I don't think anyone's the asshole here. Hospice nurse chiming in. First, not the asshole. Let her experience what she can while she can still enjoy it. I'm assuming she either got some types of brain cancer. Just be careful if she's taking narcotics for pain or benzos for sleep or anxiety. The systematic depression combination of those drugs mixed with alcohol really can be a deadly combination. Second, try within your means to check off bucket list items for her. It gives her goals and reasons to get out of bed in the morning. See if you can get her to with Make-A-Wish. They don't just do Disney for little kids. Third, the marijuana can help with pain and appetite. And fourth, if she doesn't want to treat, do get her admitted to hospice services. They can be such a help with things you don't know you need right now. Hospice is not just for the very end. Studies show that people on hospice live longer than those that do not get admitted till the very end. The goal is comfort and quality of life. Best wishes to your family. Yeah. That's kind of how I feel too. I see no problem with it. Like, she's 16 with fucking brain cancer. What is alcohol gonna do to her brain that cancer hasn't already done? How did you find an individual one so fast? That's disrespectful, Jimmy. That's really mean of you, actually. It's really mean of you. Oh, I didn't go down that far. I typed something. Why did it not type anything? I think there is copyright to it, but the comments clearly show that they don't care. Well, yeah. It's hard to copyright a sound that's so universally, easily, like, recreated, you know what I mean? Actually, I don't want a new project. Hold on. This one. What is this? Oh, yeah, okay. Hello? Thank you. It's quite loud. Doesn't sound loud though, but it looks loud on the... Look how far up it comes here. Weird.
In the bin, into the bin. In the bin. Get in the bin.
In the bin, in the bin, go. In the bin, girls. Yeah, all
Divorce. Okay. Is it because of the music volume? Maybe. Let's find out. I think it could be a little louder in the... It's definitely better. Divorce. 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 The in the bin is louder than it. Yeah, I turned up in the bin. This. Divorce. Why do I sound stupid? Let me try that again. Let's try recording that again.
Bin. Get in the bin.
In the bin. In the bin, girls. Yeah. Oof.
Divorce, divorce, divorce. Get a divorce. There, now I've got several options. Divorce, divorce, divorce. Get a divorce. This sounds weird because it's your voice. Well, if you can find the sound of somebody else shouting the words divorce, get a divorce, then be my guest. Divorce, divorce, divorce. Get a divorce. I agree, but I don't have a better solution here, so. Divorce, divorce, divorce. Get a divorce. Bet? Get a divorce. What exactly would you like me to bet? I don't have anything to bet, so. Maybe my pride, but that's probably about it. Do I even have that left at this point? I don't think I even have that left at this point, let's be honest. Oh my god, do the thing. Thank you. Watch later. Hello? I don't know why my phone's being fucking stupid, but it is. Jimmy will find it. Yeah, I'm sure he will. Divorce, divorce, divorce. I don't like my voice either. I don't like it. It's gross. Get a divorce. I could say it in a weird way, but that's not going to work either. It's a lot of effort. It's too much work putting into it, to be honest. There. Oh, this one?
I want a divorce.
I love these. I love these videos. They're so fucking goofy.
Divorce.
I love
Funny, John, and you know it's been coming for a long time.
Well. Divorce.
Why do you always laugh when I'm upset?
Oh, every time you say divorce, you just look.
This is modern Dada, Max. This is what modern Dada looks like.
I'm serious this time, John.
Serious.
I'm absolutely serious. And you're treating this like some kind of game. I'm tired of it, John.
We love games.
Not anymore. Not your.
I need his laugh saved in my mind forever. The editing is lovely too. They've added some great editing to it.
Stop laughing. This is not funny.
I need to know why this
I've been working out
exists.
for a long time, and every time I try to talk to you about it, you laugh. So I'm not
The
laughing
music.
anymore with you, and I'm not playing these games. My lawyer's gonna contact yours tomorrow. I'll drop the papers, and that'll be it. We go our separate ways.
No, 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 no. Pickle.
I'll make the button play this entire video each time I press it.
Can't go our separate ways. No, no, no. Can't go our separate ways. It's just not. It's just not.
It's not what?
Well, you know.
What are they looking at?
I don't know. Say what you mean.
It's hard to talk about, you know.
It's hard for you to talk about anything.
I know,
When was
I know,
the
I
last
know.
time we had a conversation?
The script,
15
probably, yeah.
years, and all I've heard from you is laughter.
I mean, she's killing it.
I want to be serious.
Oh, I thought he was going to say divorce again. The video is 2 minutes long.
John, I want a divorce.
Divorce.
Well, he's not shouting it. I need him to shout divorce as if it's like a command. You know, the same way we shout divorce when we come across a story like the one here. Have a redeemed that plays it for 7 hours. Jesus Christ. Absolutely not. No one deserves that kind of torment. Second one? The second time he says it?
It's not funny, John, and you know it's been coming for a long time.
Well. Divorce.
Why do you
No, he just kind of casually says it. I need like full on shouting. That's what I'm picturing in my brain. Like the same way that Lexaria shouts in the bin with such urgency.
In the bin. In the bin. In the bin. In the bin. Into the bin. In the bin. Get in the bin.
In the bin go.
I need it shouted. I need it shouted to the rooftops as if it is a proclamation of love, but it is in fact a proclamation of divorce. So the opposite of a proclamation of love. A proclamation of the end of love. Or I know there's, or like a leave them. That could work too. I know that Lexaria and Rolly have done several Am I the Asshole podcast videos that I could probably get some good sound bites from that would work. Flee would work. Run away. Depart. You know, something along those lines. Although the shouting of divorce sounds really funny to me, personally. You know, I could probably find some good ones in... Yeah, there's definitely some good ones in there because, you know, scrolling through you don't really have to scroll through the Am I the Asshole subreddit to find someone who needs to get a divorce, if that makes sense, or someone that you need to flee from, someone that needs to be avoided, you know.
Why do you always
Alrighty. My sister Julie, oh, sorry, I should read the title first. Am I the asshole for saying I won't cuddle my infertile sister anymore? My sister Julia has tried to have a baby for 5 years. She had a miscarriage 2 years ago, and outside of that has been unable to get pregnant. My heart hurts for her. However, one thing I don't agree with is how my family has handled it. We're not allowed to talk about babies around Julie. Any kids younger than 3 can't come to family events that she'll attend. She won't attend baby showers, baptisms, etc. The last one I understand, but the rest feels overkill. I got pregnant last year. I told Julie first, and she reiterated her boundaries. I said I understood. The first hurdle came with my baby shower. My mother-in-law was throwing it. Okay, before we get any further into this, it is rude of your sister to not celebrate your pregnancy with you. I do not care what your struggles are in your life. If you can't be happy for someone else when something that they're excited about happens for them, especially something like getting pregnant and stuff like that, like some like big, massive life changes, you are a garbage person. I'm sorry you're infertile, but that's not everyone else's fucking problem or fault. And I think people who are like this, like, I am so sorry that you can't have your own kids. There are a billion different children you can go adopt instead. It is not fair to create these kinds of strict, stupid fucking boundaries for your entire family because you can't do something. Like, that's so stupid. You know what I mean? Like, I'm trying to think of a comparable thing, but my brain isn't working. So, I'm trying to think of something similar. Like, my kids are dead, but I didn't stop my bestie from having one. Now I'm just an overbearing auntie. Yeah. Like, yeah, you know what I mean? Like, it's... Like, miscarriages, first of all, are incredibly common. Miscarriages are super fucking common. Way more common than anyone would be led to believe, but it's very common. And so, like, yes, it sucks to have one, especially if you want to keep that kid, you know? Yeah, they're not boundaries, they're trauma responses. And it's just, like, it's so fucked up that she went to her sister first. Because who else, other than your significant other, who do you share that with, right? Whoever's closest to you. And it sounds like she's really close to her sister. And to go to your sister and be like, hey, I'm pregnant. This is awesome. And her first response is, fuck you. How dare you get pregnant before me, essentially. Like, reiterating our boundaries is so fucked up. Like, don't be a cunt. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I can understand the jealousy to a degree, because while I personally have no desire to have biological children of my own, and I never have, I can understand it to a degree, but that's not an excuse to be shitty to your family members, you know? Like, it's so fucked up, and I know we're going to get into more here, but I just wanted to state that first before we get more context here, because I don't care what your struggles are, it's not an excuse to use that trauma against your other family members unless they're the cause of your trauma. You know what I mean? Like, unless your trauma stems directly from, I don't know, parental abuse or something, you don't get to use your trauma against them unless they are the cause of your trauma. The cause of your trauma is your own body, and you need to take that up with a doctor or a therapist or both, not with your family members. You know what I mean? Like, that'd be like saying, I have ADHD, so only one person can talk at a time. That doesn't make any fucking sense. That doesn't make any fucking sense at all. You know what I mean? Like, or like, I have depression, so no one's allowed to say anything about sad stuff. Like, what? What does that have to do with anything? You know what I mean? Like, you don't get to dictate how other people live their lives because your life is shitty. You know what I mean? Yeah, but that doesn't mean you stopped other people from driving places. You just didn't get in a car. You know what I mean? We have a friend who has a similar trauma, who was in a car accident, a really bad car accident, years and years and years ago, and to this day still can't drive a vehicle because it stresses them the fuck out from that trauma. But that doesn't mean they stopped us from driving. I can't remember, Max, do you remember if they ever rode in the vehicle with us? I can't remember. I think it was just they felt like they couldn't drive, but I can't remember specifics because it's been a hot second since we've talked about it. I feel like I've driven them places before, for sure. Oh yeah, I did. I took them home that one time. But being in a vehicle stresses them out, but driving stresses them out even more. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, let's take a look at Jimmy's new pick here.
You have something to...
I'll get it here after we read the rest of this. Okay. Cole? Like our only friend that doesn't drive? Yeah. Although Eli doesn't drive either. Although they might now, to be honest. But they just didn't want a license. I don't think theirs was trauma-based, if I remember correctly. When did Max redeem posture check? When the fuck did that happen? I missed it, huh? My posture's great, though. My posture's fine. I mean, I'm sitting like a queer, but my back is up straight against the back of my chair, so we're fine. Okay. The true test of American public transport, which is non-existent in most places, so... American public transport really only exists in really large cities that have, like, a metro or a taxi system. I don't count Uber or Lyft as public transport. Yeah, we've driven cold places. We also had other friends that didn't drive, like, forever ago. Well, yeah, I feel like in college it's more common because not everyone can afford a car, and I think that was the main reason Eli didn't drive, was they couldn't afford a vehicle, because poor, you know? But that doesn't mean, like, Cole has a massive anxiety about driving, but that doesn't mean he doesn't ride in the car with other people, you know what I mean? Like, it's not like, oh, I have this trauma, and therefore you can't do all of these things. And it's not like a respectful boundary setting where it's like, hey, I have a trauma response to this. If this happens, expect this trauma response. Or maybe let's avoid this specific thing that triggers my trauma. But that's different. That's like a true and proper trauma response. And being infertile, while it can be traumatizing, is not everyone else's problem. You know what I mean? Considering how cheap it is to get your first car in America, it is not cheap. There was public transit around our college town. Yeah, there was. There were the buses around campus, yeah. And they also went into town as well. I mean, getting your first car in America means you're buying a car that's 15 years old. So that way it's cheaper. Like, for example, Max and I own a 2006 vehicle. Max owns a 2007 vehicle. So, you know, we knew a couple people who owned cars that were older than us. So, yeah. I don't remember how much mine was because I paid it off over time to my parents, so. Okay. Yeah, your car was 10 years old and had a really low mileage count on it. Mine has over 160k miles on it, so you know, you don't have to do lessons for as long. Your insurance is probably on par. Cars don't have to meet as many safety checks, and fuel costs less. You don't have to do lessons for as long? What do you mean? Insurance for kids, for teens, is really expensive compared to adults because you don't have a driving history. So like 16, 17, 18-year-olds have higher insurance rates than 19, 20, 21 and up, unless you get in a bunch of wrecks and shit. So like people like Max and I who've not been in any proper wrecks that we've had to call insurance for, our insurances now are pretty inexpensive, whereas back then it cost a lot more. From what I've seen, you take driving lessons for less time than Europe. I have no idea what the Europe driving lessons are for, but it also varies state to state here when you can start driving and how long you have to drive for. When I was getting my license, you had to do the written first, and then you could drive, I think it was for either 6 months or a year, with with a licensed adult in the passenger seat. And then after that, you had, again, either 6 months or a year, I can't remember, essentially probational driving, where you could drive without a licensed adult, but you were only allowed to have one non-family member in the vehicle, or you can have as many family members as you wanted. I can't remember this, which one was which. One of them was 6 months, the other one was a year, and then after that, you're free to drive however, with whoever. Driving test in Japan is like a Grand Prix, especially if you want to ride bikes. Oh yeah, I can't imagine what the driving tests in places like India and stuff are, and a lot of countries that have really, that are kind of known for their busy roads, their busy and chaotic roads. That would be interesting. Well, you can take driving lessons. There are some states that require you to take a driving class in school. And then, of course, there's the driving tests you have to take with someone who, like, marks points and stuff. And you have to do certain things in order to be able to drive on your own. So, like, you take the written, and then you can drive with a licensed adult. And then after you drive with a licensed adult for a certain number of hours, you then take the driving test. And then after that, you can drive without a licensed adult for a certain period of time. And assuming everything goes smoothly, you then are allowed to drive by yourself after that. Or drive, like, unsupervised, essentially, in any capacity. If that makes sense. Sup, Christian? Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. Max, are you stopping work at 5, or are you going to keep going till 6? What's gonna happen there? Way more freedom than here. Well, we have a lot more car accidents here, so... Okay. I got pregnant last year. I told Julie first, and she reiterated her boundaries. I said I understood. The first hurdle came with my baby shower. My mother-in-law was throwing it. I didn't expect Julie to come. Then my mom told me that I shouldn't have one, period. Out of respect. No. I said that was ridiculous. She didn't have to come, so what did it matter? Only 3 people from my side of the family came to the shower. When my son was born, I posted a birth announcement on Facebook. My parents lectured me for this and said it was going to hurt Julie. I said she could just block or mute me. They said I should make the effort. Julie echoed that if I cared, I'd stop. I ended up blocking her just to save drama. No, this is unacceptable. Just because you can't have kids doesn't mean that your friends or family can't be happy about having kids. Like... That's so selfish and fucked up. I'm sorry you can't have kids, but that doesn't mean you get to treat me like shit because I can. Like, because the cars fall apart because they aren't mandated to be kept to a certain level of safety. Our cars here are made to fall into pieces because it's actually safer. In accidents, that's why car accidents can look really bad and really horrible, because there's a bunch of car parts everywhere, but it's actually designed to sort of break away like that, so as to absorb more of the impact and protect the passenger better. That's why newer cars are safer than the older cars outside of things like airbags and seat belts, because of those specific safety measures that are put into place on a lot of newer vehicles, whereas older vehicles were made to last, newer vehicles are made to protect. So... my aunt's 70th birthday party is next week. My husband and I plan to go, bringing our son. Julie called and asked if we were going. She then asked for me to get a sitter for our son. I said no. She doesn't want to miss the party. My aunt is one of the few people who agree that Julie's boundaries aren't fair and wants my son there, as she doesn't get to see him often. Well, then take the kid. Fuck Julie. Your aunt wants to see your fucking child, so take your goddamn child, and Julie can get over her fucking self. I want to know how old your stupid fucking sister is, because this is unacceptable behavior for anyone of any age, but I'd love to know how old she is. Julie got upset and started crying, saying that I was unfair. I finally snapped and asked what would happen when she got pregnant. Would we all be expected to shower her with the love and attention she's refused to give other people's kids? Will her baby be allowed to attend events? She said that was different. I said, no, I'm not coddling her anymore. My son exists, he's family, and he's coming. She can decide if she wants to or not. My parents yelled at me for being mean to Julie. They offered to pay for a sitter, but I said no. It's not even her house. Am I the asshole? No, you are not the asshole. Your sister is an asshole, and she needs to fuck off. Your sister is taking this way too far. Your point about her possible child is totally valid. I doubt she is doing this with friends and coworkers. She does it with friends, but she doesn't have many to begin with. They also don't have kids, so it's easier. Unsure about work. Gee, wonder why she doesn't have many friends, right? That's design safety. We have exams of the car every year. We have to pass to be allowed to drive them. If the cost of repair becomes too much, it gets scrapped. That's fair. There are some places here that have more strict, like each state has different rules and stuff about car costs. Like here they measure like, what is it called? Like they measure the exhaust output and stuff like that for like, I don't know, environmental reasons and things like that. So each state has different rules on what your car can and can't do and things like that. Not the asshole. Good lord. Wow. She's trying to cut off all family event related contact for your side of the family. She needs therapy badly. That is so unfair to you and your child and other relatives who want to see the baby. Tell your parents if they want to see their grandson, they need to start treating him like a human being and part of the family, not a weapon pointed at your sister. Yep. Emissions check. Thank you. Not the asshole. You're being requested to treat your child like an object that can be hidden, not an individual with the right to make and have his own relationship with his extended family. This is unfair to him, to you, and to your extended family. Julie doesn't have the right to push her boundaries outside of herself and her own house. If she doesn't want to be present at parties outside her house where children are also present, she can choose to not attend. She does not have the right to demand that others accommodate her. Yeah, people are, like, I will never fully understand people who are like, I can't get pregnant, I'm so sad. Like, as a person who has never desired to be pregnant despite having the capacity to be pregnant and has never ever once thought about wanting that in any capacity ever, I personally cannot understand it to that level. But I do understand that normal people have that innate desire to have their own biological children, and when they can't, that's really shitty and painful and things like that. I've talked to women who experience those types of issues, infertility issues, that really plagues them and makes them really sad. And that's completely fine and okay. You're allowed to be sad that you can't have things that other people can, but that doesn't mean you get to push your issues onto everyone else. I don't have a fucking penis, but you don't see me getting mad anytime a man walks nearby. You know what I mean? Like, it's not fair for me to push my insecurities onto other people just because my body doesn't do a thing I wish it did. You know what I mean? Like, you know, like, I don't like the fact that I still have titties, but that doesn't mean I get mad anytime I see someone else without titties. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not fair to push that insecurity onto your other people because you're too insecure to get over yourself. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? Like, Julie can't expect everybody to hide away their children or pretend they don't exist just because of her very real pain. Is Julie not going to have a relationship with her nephew? It sounds as though she hasn't really grieved for what she has lost or for her apparent infertility, and is allowing that to overtake all of her other relationships. It sounds like she's not going to have a baby. People who try to get pregnant for 5 years and can't generally are infertile and can't get pregnant. Although what she should do is check who she's trying to get pregnant with, because more often than not, it's actually the guy who's infertile and not the woman. So I'd recommend checking on that. I know she's not watching this, but I would recommend having the husband go in for a fertility test if he hasn't already. I'm biased because I didn't have mine, but like now with my fertility and my girlfriend's fertility, we can't have kids, but we can't adopt either unless we relocate countries because Japan has harsh rules against neurodivergent people having children and also gay couples. Yeah. Yeah. Like I've noticed, for example, this is kind of related, but one of my ex-coworkers, struggled to get pregnant and struggled to carry to term, wasn't even able to carry to term, but was able to get her kid far enough along that being born wasn't going to kill her. And it was very difficult to make sure that that child survived the pregnancy and survived the early birth and things like that. It was very rough and very difficult for her. And she absolutely loves her kid and has always wanted kids and wishes she could have a big family, but getting pregnant and staying pregnant has been incredibly difficult for her and is just not something her body is really capable of doing, and that makes her very sad. And for that reason, it affects the way she looks at abortion issues. Because she, as someone who would do anything to have more kids, cannot fathom why someone would want to not have kids outside of like the obvious rape and incest reasons. And while I understand that, I also disagree with her point of view, and that's something we're allowed to disagree on. She would never, ever, ever get an abortion unless it was literally going to kill her, and even then I doubt she would. but that is because of her struggles with pregnancy and staying pregnant and getting pregnant. And whereas someone like me, who has no desire to ever be pregnant and doesn't even really care if I ever have biological children or children of any kind, it doesn't affect me, and I don't really care what other people do. You know what I mean? And it's not like she's going to shame or stop someone else from doing what they've got to do, but she herself would never do it and doesn't believe it's something that should be allowed because she personally would never do it. Does that make sense? Like, due to your own individual struggles, it's going to shape the way you look at how other people live their lives. And that's what Julie is allowing to happen here, and what her family and her parents have been allowing to fester, essentially, and get worse and worse and worse with time. And, you know, it's unacceptable behavior from her here, to treat the people around her this way because she can't do something. You know, like, if you're too short to ride a ride at the amusement park, it's not fair to get mad at other people because they are tall enough to ride the ride. Like, it's not their fault you're fucking short. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, then don't go to the amusement park if you're too short to ride the rides. It's not fair of you to keep your friends from going because you don't qualify. You know what I mean? It's just stupid and disrespectful. There's a childlike selfishness that seems to be reinforced by the attitude and treatment of the parents. Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, no doubt. Trauma is not an excuse for the whole world to accommodate a person forever. It sucks what happened to her, but part of learning to deal with trauma is managing triggers, not the asshole. Yeah. So I want to tell you all, my uncle texted me last night asking about my new job and stuff, and and he was like, that starts this week, right? But he talked to his stepmom. So she's not my grandmother because she's not the biological parent of either of my mother. I mean, she is the stepmother of my mother. And she's a terrible person, just in general, massive homophobe and things like that. But I wanted to share this text message with you, and I just thought it was really funny. So I call my mom's parents Papa and Nana. Nana is not her parent, but is married to her dad. Again, her mom died. My mom's mom died young, and then her dad remarried, and that's who we're talking about, is the woman he remarried. That he got remarried to. And my uncle said, wanted to let you know that I talked to Nana tonight. She asked about you, and although she doesn't understand trans and that you're Nico and she's not going to call you that, she said to tell you that Papa and her love you. I love the way he phrased all of that. It really just cracked me up. I didn't expect her to accept me. She can't even accept her gay son. But I just love the phrasing. Even though she doesn't understand trans people and won't call you Nico or he, him, she still loves you. Even though she doesn't respect you or want to try to understand you, she still loves you, you know? And it cracked me up too, because I never expected that from her. Of all of the people in my family, I knew that wasn't going to be something I was going to get from her, because like I said, she can't even accept that her son is gay. Like, my mom's stepbrother is one of the gayest human beings on this planet. Like, the kind of queer that you could spot down the road from a distance. Like, the kind of queer that gives off queer energy. You know, like, you could tell there's a gay behind you if he's walking around, if that makes any sense. He doesn't look like he's not very, he's very much a bear, but he still gives off very queer vibes when you're around him. and she's not okay with him existing as a gay person. He does not talk to her because of that. She kicked him out because of that. And so I had no expectations from her to accept my trans ass, because she couldn't even accept a gay guy. She couldn't accept that her actual biological son was gay. So the likelihood of her accepting her non-biological grandson to be in fact a grandson and not a granddaughter was not ever something I expected from her. She's too old, too bitter, and too shitty to ever understand that, or try to understand that, or give a shit about that. Now, my papa, on the other hand, doesn't understand any of it, but is not a hateful, bitter ass hat like she is. So I don't expect him to ever understand it. I don't expect him to ever call me it, but he said he supports me and that he doesn't understand it and that he still loves me. That's all I ask from him. I never even expected anyone to ever have a conversation with my Nana about my transness, to be completely honest with you. You know what I mean? Like, because there's not a point in it, because there's not going to be any acceptance there. Like, I expect my father to come around on it before my Nana would ever come around on it, if that makes any sense. And the bar for my father is in the floor. So, like, if that gives you an idea. So just getting that text from him, listing all of these reasons that she doesn't like it or care about it, but I still love you. And I just thought that was so funny. It made Max and I crack up because it's just super amusing. My uncle is supportive of me, and that's why he wanted to let me know this information. He's one of the few, for lack of a better term, adult family members. All of my family members are adults at this point. I think even my sister's an adult at this point. That's kind of weird. But he's like the only one on that's like actively in my life that is supportive. That's not like a sibling, if that makes sense. He's one of the older people that are accepting. He's not old, but you know, he's in that my mom's age bracket, so that is accepting. And it was just really funny to get that text from him, because he's tried to have conversations with my parents and with his parents and things like that about it. And it was just really funny to get that text from him, because I know I'm sure he tried to explain it to her the best that he could, because he doesn't even fully understand it either, but he doesn't care. You know, he's the kind of person that's like, are you happy? Yes, great. Do what you want. You know, that's the kind of person that he is. And that's the kind of people I want in my life, are the kind of people who are like, what you're doing making you happy and not harming you? Great. Continue to do that thing, you know? Because that's how I am. If you're doing something that makes you happy and isn't hurting you or anyone else, why not continue doing it? You know what I mean? She doesn't understand trans, or that you're Nico or he, and she'll never call you that, but she still loves you. Oh, that just cracks me up so much. Families are fucking weird. People are fucking weird. Yeah. It sounds like when people weaponize the phrase, I'll pray for you. I love it when people say they'll pray for me, because I'm like, don't bother. I don't need that or want that from you. I am very much of the mindset that if the biblical heaven exists, I don't want in. I would rather be tortured in hell for all of eternity than spend my eternity in heaven with a bunch of asshats. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sure there are if heaven is real, if the Christian heaven is real, I'm sure it's a lovely place for a lot of people. Whatever. But that's not a place I want to go. If the biblical description of the afterlife is accurate, I don't want anything to do with it. If the biblical God is real, I don't want anything to do with him. That's how I feel about Christianity. I don't like any of it. Outside of some of the shit Jesus says, most of it's a bunch of horse shit created by men to control the people around them. And that's how I feel about it. So when people are like, I'll pray for you, I'm like, all right, that's not going to do anything, but knock yourself out. You know, like, that's not going to change anything about my life, but feel free. If that makes you feel better about yourself, sure, go ahead. You know what I mean? And that's another, I also hate one of the phrases that really gets on my nerves is have a blessed day. I'm like, blessed by who? Who's going to bless my day? You didn't give me $100, so my day is not feeling very blessed. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what it is about that phrase, but I don't like have a blessed day. Just tell me to have a good day. Have a great day. I hope your day goes well. Why does it need to be blessed? You know what I mean? I don't like that phrasing, to be completely fair. Instead of retconning rules for slavery from the Old Testament, the figure reaffirmed them and redefined the rules a little. Instead of saying you don't have slaves, he was like, have slaves like this. Yeah. There are some things that I like Jesus, the idea of the man who was Jesus, who did exist and was a person, because we do have factual evidence that a man named Jesus did in fact live and die on a cross, and said that he was the Messiah and all this bullshit. We know that a Jesus existed, born to a Mary and Joseph, and died on a cross. We know he existed as a real human person. And some of the things that the Bible says that he does and says are really dope and really badass and honestly iconic. You know what I mean? But basically every single thing God does, not Jesus, but God, even though they're the same but not the same, they're not the same, that God does is pretty fucking shitty. And I don't like it. Personally, what I hope if there is an afterlife, I hope for an afterlife like The Good Place afterlife. That's what I want. I don't know how many of you have watched The Good Place in its entirety, but the kind of afterlife if there is an afterlife, the kind of afterlife I hope exists is the one that they created in The Good Place. Something similar to that ideology, something similar to that type of thing, especially what they end up with at the end of the show. No spoilers, obviousbut that's, if there is one that I have to participate in, that's what I would want. But to be honest, I don't know if I want an afterlife at all, you know? Simply that if there has to be one, I would rather it look more like either just straight up reincarnation or what The Good Place has. Like, if there is no reincarnation option, I'd want what The Good Place has. Because it's a good system that seems fun and fulfilling, and, you know, no spoilers about how that all ends up, because it's really fun and I recommend watching it. But I like the idea of reincarnation far better than I like the idea of heaven and hell. Not because I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna burn forever, blah, you know. I don't care if I burn an eternity for living my life, you know what I mean? I don't give a shit, you know? I don't care. That's not gonna change the way I live my life. I don't know, I've not come across a proper afterlife description from any sort of religious text that sounds appealing in any capacity that's not, like, a Buddhist's reincarnation and like with like the eventual nirvana and things like that. Like, I like the idea of reincarnation because it's cool, it's interesting, and it's recycling, and we love recycling, right? Thank you for the bit, gold sub. Thank you for the bit. I appreciate it. Also love the emote, even if it is a crying emote. I love Isaac. Isaac is great. I think that dying and getting reincarnated into an animal or another person or something is really interesting. I like it's called like The Egg is, there's a Kurtz video on it. I'm sure I've mentioned it before, about it's based off of a short story or something someone wrote. And it's essentially that all of humanity is an egg, essentially, for a greater being, for a higher being. And that in order to reach the state of the higher being, every human on Earth has to experience life in the way it was going to be experienced, but essentially every single human being on Earth shares the same soul. We are reincarnated through time into every single body on Earth. And so essentially when you're talking to someone else, you're actually talking to a different version of yourself. And I really like that idea. I think it's really cool and really fancy. Yeah, Andy Weir, yes. That's the Martian guy, right? I think that's a really neat idea. I think that's really cool. And honestly, I think if that was what was more universally believed by more people, we'd treat each other better, instead of what we do instead with the other religions that we have. And while I think having a diverse idea of afterlives is a good thing, I think diversity of thinking is good. I also think a lot of it is bad. Yes, exactly. Doesn't matter if that happens, nobody remembers their last life, so fuck it. Exactly. That's one of the things I like about reincarnation as well, is it's like we don't know because our memory is wiped of our previous life. And we get to do it again. We start all over. So we don't even know we're starting over because we don't know that we've done it before. I think thinking about it is really cool. I took a religions course on purpose. I didn't take it because it was just an option. I took it because I was like, I'd love to learn more about religions that aren't the garbage Christianity that I've known, you know? I wish I could spell the YouTube channel that's posted on. I can just post the link. This is the video that from them about it. I really, really like it. I liked the teacher that I had. He was really dope. He was really cool. It was clear he was really excited to talk about the things, and that's what I really prefer in a professor, is someone who actually seems to like what they're teaching, you know, like someone who's actually excited about the content they're teaching. And he would get really excited and go on tangents about certain aspects of certain religions and things like that. He wasn't allowed to tell us what he believed because of legal reasons and things like that, but which is fine. I don't care what he believes. I'm not there to learn about what he believes. I'm there to learn about all the things. And while we didn't get to dive super deep into really any of them because there are so many, it was nice to kind of learn the origins of a lot of different religions, learn more about Hinduism and Buddhism and more of like the Eastern religions, which I don't know as much about, and learned a little bit more about Islam that I didn't know about and things like that. We didn't spend too much time on Christianity for obvious reasons, because most people in America, we already know enough about Christianity to not want to have anything to do with it or to be completely absolved by it. And while I think some people were confused why I was taking a religions course, because I am very much not a religious person. I wanted to learn about it because I think it's very important for people to learn about it because it shapes our culture, it shapes our world. Religion shapes everything that so many people do, and it's important to understand why and where that comes from. Hinduism is so fucking cool. There's so many different types of Hinduism also, but just as a whole, Hinduism is so fucking dope. They basically have a god for everything, and they also have a male and female god for everything. And if you want, you can have a male and female god in one for everything. How iconic is that? We love that. It was really cool to see how different cultures look at Jesus. Yeah, because like Christianity in like Africa is going to look different than Christianity in India versus Christianity here in America. So I think that's also cool. I think religion is a weird, goofy thing that I choose to not participate in. I've never liked it. Even as a kid, I didn't like going to church. I didn't understand why we were at church. I didn't understand the point of church. I don't think I've ever... I can't say it with 100% certainty, but I'm fairly certain that I never believed in good old Sky Daddy up there. So, I didn't grow up in an uber religious family or anything. I've said it before, but I was an Easter Christmas family. That's what we were. We went to church on Easter. We went to church on Christmas Eve, or for Christmas or whatever. We went twice a year. I didn't grow up in an uber religious family, and I'm really glad I didn't, because I'm glad I didn't ever have to leave my religion, because I've watched people do it, and it doesn't look like any fun. It looks relieving. It looks like having a weight lifted off of your shoulders, but it also looks difficult and unfun. But I'm also just glad I didn't grow up in a toxic religion either, because that doesn't seem like fun either. Even if you're growing up in a healthy religious family like my best friend did, I've gone to church with her family several times, because a lot of times sleeping over Saturday nights meant I had to go to church with them on Sunday mornings. And while I never enjoyed being at church, because I'd never believed in any of it, I liked being there with people who were nice, you know, and with my best friend and things like that. So my relationship to religion is very weird and loose, because I've never really had a proper one, because I've actively chosen to not engage with one. Because why would I? I'm happy living the way I am. I'm happy not believing God, not believing in Jesus, not believing Jesus is my savior and all that horse shit. I'm perfectly happy living without that. So I don't know why anyone who's living that perfectly happy life without it would choose to dive back in. You know what I mean? I don't get it personally, but you know. I used to make paper planes out of the hymn sheets. Valid. For Easter, we would go to one of our family's plots in Scotland that was just an expensive cemetery with our dead family. Nice and goth. Iconic. I'm guessing it was raining most of the time. It's Scotland, so yeah, probably. It's kind of what Scotland's known for. Kind of like how LA is known for the bad traffic. Hi.
Just come and say hello. Tell you I'm done with my shower.
Oh, I forgot you're showering after work.
Yes. I'm surprised you didn't hear it.
I've got headphones on with music, and I'm talking.
That's fair.
And my door is mostly closed. The shower door, or the bathroom door is closed, so.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Oh, I hate gnats. No, don't bring up gnats. Don't summon them. Don't mention their name. Evil. Pure evil.
Say, I'd like to hear it.
I want a divorce.
What did you say?
I want a divorce, Megan.
Are you serious?
Of course I'm serious, Paul. I want a divorce.
Divorce?
I want a divorce.
You want a divorce?
I have wings, Tony. I want to fly.
I will divorce you so fast it'll make your head spin.
Ooh, I like that one.
Getting a divorce. I'm divorcing you, George. Ted, I'm leaving you. I want a divorce.
Hey, an icon.
Getting a divorce. I'm divorcing you, George. Ted, I'm leaving you.
An icon. Meryl Streep, an icon. I can definitely find a good one in here. I remember that vividly. An iconic film.
Are you asking me for a divorce?
I think we should get a divorce.
Like a real divorce?
I think it's time that we start talking about a divorce.
I think I want a divorce.
What?
Who put this together?
And I want a divorce.
Not coming back. I want a divorce.
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 I want divorce.
Oui, je demande le divorce.
I want a divorce.
Me too.
I'm trying to think about what I want.
Yeah, me too. Why don't you say it at the same time? 1, 2, 3.
I want a divorce. So what did you decide?
I want a divorce.
You want a divorce? Say it.
What, you're saying what, you want a divorce?
Well, yeah, maybe I do.
I want a divorce.
You want a divorce?
I need a divorce. You
The quick cuts there started making it didn't sound like they were saying that anymore.
I want a divorce. How's that?
A divorce? Great. Fucking want a divorce.
I want a divorce.
Divorce. I knew we had something in common. Here, sign these.
What's this?
It's a divorce.
Good night, Freddie.
Going through a divorce.
Who makes these? I need a divorce.
I'd like to hear it.
I want a divorce.
What did you say?
I want a divorce, Megan.
Are you serious?
Of course I'm serious, Paul. I want a divorce.
Divorce?
I want a divorce.
Divorce. A divorce.
Divorce?
I want a divorce.
You want a divorce?
Divorce?
I want
Divorce doesn't sound like a word anymore. It doesn't sound like a word. Yeah, I agree. The first 30 seconds, or first minute.
Divorce?
I want a divorce.
You want a divorce?
I have wings, darling. I want to fly.
I will divorce you so fast it'll make your divorce you so fast it'll make your head divorce you so fast it'll divorce. I will divorce you so fast it'll make your head spin.
I got a lawyer. We're getting a divorce.
I'm divorcing you, George.
Ted, I'm leaving you. I want a divorce.
Are you asking me for a divorce?
Yay! 2 Christmases!
I think we should get a divorce.
Like a real divorce?
I think it's time that we start talking about divorce.
I think I want a divorce.
What?
I'm leaving, and I want a divorce.
Not coming back. I want a divorce.
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 It sounds like they're saying like I want a I want a divorce. You know, like that's, it sounds like Italian. You know, like it doesn't sound like a fucking word anymore.
I want a divorce.
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 I want divorce.
Oui, je demande le divorce.
I want a divorce.
I love the French one.
I'm trying to think about what I want.
Yeah, me too. Why don't you say it at the same time? 1, 2, 3.
I want a divorce.
You want a divorce? Say it.
What you're saying, what you want.
Divorce. You want a divorce? Say it.
What you're saying, what you want a divorce?
I want a divorce.
You want a divorce?
I need a divorce.
You got it.
I want a divorce. How's
A
that?
divorce? Great. Fucking want a divorce.
Divorce. How's
A
that?
divorce? Great. Fucking want a divorce.
Divorce. How's
A
that?
divorce? Great. Fucking want a divorce.
I want a divorce.
I want a divorce.
You want a divorce?
I need a divorce.
You got it.
I want a divorce. How's that?
I need a divorce.
You got it.
I want a divorce. How's that?
Great. Fucking want a divorce.
I want a divorce.
Divorce. I knew we had something in common. Here, sign these.
What's this?
It's a divorce.
Good night, Freddie.
Go to divorce.
Darling. I want to fly.
I will divorce.
I want a divorce.
You want a divorce?
I have wings, darling.
Okay.
Divorce?
I want a divorce. Fly.
I will
I'm not a fan of these sorts of movies. Yeah, not really.
Divorce?
I want a divorce. Fly.
I will divorce. I will divorce.
I need
Divorce.
I need a divorce.
Divorce?
I want a divorce.
Divorce?
Divorce.
I need a divorce.
Divorce? Divorce?
It doesn't sound like a word anymore. It just doesn't sound like a word anymore. Ah.
Divorce? 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 Divorce?
Hey, that's the best one we're gonna get here.
Divorce.
I need a divorce.
Divorce. I need a divorce.
Nico and I are having a divorce. That's a big meme in the Doug chat. Is like my wife divorced me and left me, and like that's like a big like meme that they do in there a lot, and it always cracks me up.
Divorce.
See, are those loud enough?
Divorce. Divorce.
I think that's good, yeah.
Divorce.
Might be good for now. Let's see how it sounds in the button. Desktop. Okay, let's put it in here. Soundboard.
Divorce. Divorce.
Let's see what happens if I do it over the music. Oh, I closed the music by accident. God, shit.
Divorce.
That works. I like it. I like it. Gonna change. Not set from file. I wanna. Here we go. Divorce doesn't sound like a word anymore. Divorce. Huh? What is bar raider? Disco. What is this? Oh, I can make my... Weird. Why would I want that? It makes my Stream Deck make colors. What does that do for me? That doesn't do anything for me. Process killer. Do it. Kill all the processes. Alrighty, we've done it, you guys. We have succeeded in our mission. Wish my fucking mouse would stop freaking out. That'd be lovely. I'm gonna move this over to here. There we go. My mouse keeps freaking the fuck out. Don't appreciate it. Is Max's full name Baymax? I don't know if Max is still in the chat. No, Max is in the chat, but I don't know if Max is listening.
Divorce.
Yee.
Get in the bin. Divorce.
Max, we completed the button. We completed the divorce button.
Divorce.
And my ruling is...
Divorce.
Let's do a couple more now that we have the button ready. Ooh. Why? Okay. I'm confused. Did you ask? Did we ask? Oh, you're on. Oh, that's why you didn't respond immediately. Okay, sorry. I should have guessed that. I should have been able to guess that, to be honest. I'm not gonna lie to you. I should have known. Oh yeah, absolutely, 100%. Y'all, I have work tomorrow. How gross is that? I haven't had work in months, and I'm not looking forward to it. I'm having a bit of a crisis, to be honest. I've chewed my fingers all to hell these past couple nights. Max or no max? Oh yeah, GeoGuessr Mayhem is fun. We could play some GeoGuessr instead of more Am I the Asshole, but I do want to test out my buttons, so I figure we'll find a good one. I think I'll be able to use my button here and this one, so let's find out. Am I the asshole for canceling the entire trip after finding out that my husband hid my passport, my daughter's passport? Huh? I mean, we could do it today. I don't know if you're hungry or not yet, but we could do a game or two. Although I like just clicking random places after moving twice and seeing if I'm right. So, all right. My husband and I have been together for 3 years. He has 3 kids from his previous relationship, and I have 1. She's the oldest at 17. He's a dedicated man, puts God first, and loves everyone.
Divorce.
Okay, we can move on. My husband always complains that my daughter doesn't spend time with her step siblings. Oh, you're going to bed, rookie? No worries. That's quite late for you, so feel free. Same to you, Jimmy. No worries. I know it's late for most of y'all, so the only one here who it's not late for is Max and Rot. So, my husband always complains that my daughter doesn't spend time with her step siblings or him, but she has reasons for that, and that is school, health issues, and work. She does her best to spend as much time with them as she can, but she, on the other hand, complains that her stepdad tells her to basically take on the role of a babysitter whenever she's with her step-siblings. My husband denied that and said that my daughter was making up excuses to not have to spend time with his kids. Sorry, but I'm trusting my kid over you. I'm sorry. For this issue, I figured that a family trip is what the family needed to get together and spend more time around each other. My husband liked the idea and said that his kids are now uncomfortable around my daughter because of her attitude and suggested that we let her stay home and have the house to herself, since that's, quote, what she always wanted. I told him it's best that we all go. He kept complaining until I snapped and told him to stop. I booked and paid for the whole family. However, my daughter told me she couldn't find her passport. We turned the house upside down looking for it, but could not find it. My husband said that maybe it was a sign from God that we should let her stay home so the trip wouldn't turn into a disaster.
Divorce.
I ignored his comment, but later while I was cleaning his office, I found the passport tucked away in the 3rd drawer under a ton of papers. I was floored by this. I confronted him with it and he swore he had no idea why or how the passport got there. I checked the upstairs camera and saw him enter my daughter's room. That was it for me. I screamed my head off at him and then canceled the whole trip completely. He started arguing, saying I overreacted and that he didn't want his kids to be miserable on the trip and that he was willing to apologize to my daughter if and when I reconsidered my decision regarding the cancellation of the trip because my step-kids will be devastated, but I said it was final and that it was done. He became cold and distant and said that he wants to take some time to do some fasting and get guidance from God about how he should deal with the disrespect and control I had displayed lately. No, you should divorce him.
Divorce? Divorce?
How do I get it to play 800 times in a row? I just want it to gavel, 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 gavel. No, absolutely not. Get out of that relationship right now. Get out. Run. Run away. Quickly. With haste. I want to make the sound a bit faster. Hold on.
Divorce?
Perfect. I just wanted to get rid of the delay at the beginning. Alrighty.
Divorce?
That's better. Because there's already a slight delay when you press the button. But then there was that delay at the front of the audio, so... Perfect. I have fixed it. Perfect.
Divorce?
I can make it play just the gavel if I want to, but I have to pay attention and like hit the button when I feel like it.
Get in the bin.
Divorce?
All of it. In the bin and a divorce. All of the above. Not the asshole. He can't use your daughter as free childcare for his children. So he intentionally alienates her from his family. And yes, I said his family because it's very apparent he does not consider your family to be his. Let's see what he's done in just your post alone. Your almost adult daughter has valid reasons why she cannot spend more time as he wants with the step-siblings. He does not think her needs are equal or even important. Your husband orders her to babysit. She is not now nor will ever be at his beck and call servant. You wanted, booked and paid for yourself a family vacation. He does not see her as family, since he made excuses and complained that she could not go against your wishes. He does not think she deserves to go on the family vacation because he clearly does not see her as family. When he could not manipulate you into what he wanted, he forced the issue himself, then allowed you to tear through the house, causing you and your daughter stress, while knowing 100% what he did caused this and had no problem with it. He used God's will as the excuse for something he intentionally did. Does he think he's a conduit for God or God himself? Narcissistic much? He lied about what he did, and when you called him out, he still continued to lie to you. And when you had proof and he ran out of valid lies, he twisted it all around saying that you were the one overreacting. And when he still couldn't lie, argue, or manipulate what he wanted from you, he then turned to giving you the cold shoulder as a form of punishment. Oh, you've hurt my little feelings, you must adjust your ways to make me feel better. Even though this is all my fault and of my own doing, but I cannot hold responsibility for that. Your husband wants to control you, what you do, and what you want. Your husband wants to control your daughter, what she should be spending her time on, and forcing her to do things she cannot do. When he cannot easily do that, he uses manipulation and lying in order to accomplish it. When he is then held responsible for his actions, he turns it around on you. When that doesn't work, he throws a temper tantrum. He did not marry you because he wanted a wife and stepdaughter. He was looking for two females to boss around and do his bidding. In God's name, amen. Yep. A man of God. Yeah. That's another thing I hate about, like, God and stuff, is you can say, oh, well, God told me to do it. I'm doing this in God's name. And then all the other Christians around you are like, oh, okay, that's fine. Like, what if I told you that, like, what if a gay guy told you I'm getting fucked in the ass by other guys by God's will? What are they going to do then, you know? I found a Muslim prayer rug and 2 cars with non-EU license plates, so I have some clues, but not many. Driving through the junk now. Bulldozer, Google Street View car. I found graffiti written with the Roman alphabet, so the prayer rug may have been a red herring. Husband turns to God because of your disrespect and control. Also, husband actively disrespects your daughter by pointedly excluding her and steals her passport, which is illegal, by the way, to control her ability to go. Yeah. Yeah, I think this is a pretty easy...
Divorce.
No doubt. Easy peasy, no doubt. Hella divorce. Let's do one round of GeoGuessr and then call it a night. Nope. Hello? Hello, EU. These trash cans fell over. So some nice little houses. Or apartments, maybe? We must watch and pray it away, right? Ooh, you love an electric car. That's a word right there, I think. I can't see the sign. That's rude. I feel like I should know where we are already, but I'm not as familiar with the license plates and stuff. Traverse. That feels mildly German, maybe? Maybe, oh no, that's more, there's a double A here, so. Yeah, I'm thinking like Switzerland, Sweden, Norway, due to the spelling with the double A's, that's very much like a, oh, NL. So what would NL be? What is NL? Netherlands? Is NL Netherlands? That's the only one that would make any sense. I guess that makes sense with that spelling as well. Am I right? Is it Netherlands? Yeah. Let's see if I can figure out where we are in the Netherlands. Probably not. Julian. Probably not gonna figure out where we are in the Netherlands, so let's just pick near Amsterdam. Hey, hell yeah. Lots of double vowels, yeah. Oh. US of A. US of A or Canada. Country Squire Road. I love how the car's invisible. It's kind of weird. Oh, double car. Yeah. US or Canada. See any American flags? I don't see any. Oh wait, just kidding. There's one literally right here. Okay. We are in the US of A. What? McLean. Lisa McLean for Congress. I feel like we've seen her before. Oh, where is she at? I feel like I've seen her name on the GeoGuessr, like on a GeoGuessr thing before. I know it's making me think of McCain, but I genuinely believe I think I've seen Lisa McLean somewhere before. Right. I might Google it. I'm gonna Google it. Congress. Michigan. Yeah, Michigan. Okay. Can we get an idea of where in Michigan? Michigan's kind of big, so. Nope. Okay, well, let's go down here. I figured it was nearish Detroit, but. Hello. Some cacti. South America. Almost certainly South America. This dirt doesn't look very Brazilian, so I don't think we're in Brazil. Maybe Argentina. Wait, are those EU tags? Okay, maybe that's an EU tag. What? Well, that's confusing. Spain, maybe, yeah. It feels very Spanish, doesn't it? Like, that's kind of the vibe. And that would be really the only place in the EU that's gonna have cacti like this, right? Like, either Portugal or Spain is gonna have this kind of cacti, right? MT. What is MT? What's MT? What? Right? Is that what that says? MT.com.mt? What the fuck is MT? Max, do you have any idea what MT is? Would that be... It's not... It's a EU plates, so... What? I'm very confused. That's very clearly MT. What? What? Maybe, but that's not... Is that in the EU? .mt. Domain. Malta. Malta. Ow. Ah, and Malta's part of the EU, so that makes sense. Where the fuck is that? Where is Malta? I don't know where Malta fucking is. Oh, here we go. Yee. I forgot Malta existed, I'm not gonna lie to you. This is America. No doubt, this is America. Nope, time travel. Oh, that would be helpful. If I could see it, that would be a really helpful sign. But no. Because that was a Dick Pust? Olympus Mare. Disgusting. That's an awful name. I would change my name if I'm running for office with a name like Dick Pust. What? What? Olympus, okay. The mayor, yep, America. The mayor of Olympus, but which state? That is the question. Okay. That blue sign would have been helpful because those blue signs are typically like congressional electorals and stuff like that. 943. But that's the second. They don't have the area code on it. Right? Problem with this is it all feels the same. Why'd you blur the sign? Fuck you. What state are we in? These plates look vaguely Kentuckian. I don't think there's an Olympus, Kentucky, though. I don't think there's an Olympus, Kentucky. Or Olympia. I don't think there's an Olympia, Kentucky, personally. Again, they don't have the area code. That's not fucking helpful at all. I feel like I've gone the wrong direction. I'm not heading towards civilization. I'm heading away from it. Oh, wait. Oh. That's the Seahawks. That's not helpful, though, because Seahawk fans are nationwide. We're not in Seattle, so that doesn't really help. God damn it. NFL flags are unhelpful. College flags are generally more helpful. Because Seahawks fans don't just live in Seattle, so... Fuck. Or even just in that region. Well, we're definitely in Olympia, wherever that's supposed to be. South Bay Dance. I am so uncertain, you guys. Oh, there's some buses up there. Might I see the buses? Can I see the buses? Damn it. Griffin School District. Griffin School District. Griffin School District. It's not helpful either. Sometimes school buses are helpful. Sometimes they have the state on them. I have no idea. Let me see if Olympia, Washington is a place. What was the bus? What did it say on the bus? Griffin? Is that what it said? Griffin School District? Yep, Washington, okay. Feels kind of like cheating, but I mean, it is cheating, so. Oh, there it is. I was literally right on it. Nice. I'm a genius, yeah. Oh, hello, desert. I think we're in America here. See if we can't get a car. Get a plate of some sort. Super shooting today. I mean, yeah. Clearly. Are there gonna be any vehicles at all nearby? Oh, I see one. Coming this direction. Oh, we're not in America. I'm guessing Mexico then. I'm going Mexico. No. I wasn't gonna be able to get anywhere that was gonna give me any information, so, you know. Alrighty. That is gonna be it for today's stream. That's gonna be it for this week's streams, actually. I will not be seeing you all again until Monday. Maybe Sunday night if I'm feeling it, but I doubt I'll be feeling it Sunday night. Max and I might start doing streams on Sunday, but again, it depends on how exhausted I am from work. But it's going to be a hot second before I see y'all again. This is going to be the last stream for a minute. Monday is a guaranteed stream. I'll definitely stream on Monday. But until then, I don't know what we're doing. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday is going to be my schedule. Yeah. For day streams. Just Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday now. Because unless I wake up real early on Thursdays, I'm not going to have time to do streaming before I have to leave. Especially if Max and I want to even attempt to get a She-Hulk recorded before I leave on Thursdays. So, yeah. But I might pick up how often I do night streams just to kind of make up for the fact I can't stream every day of the week anymore. But we'll see how exhausted I am from work. So, yep, that will be it for this week. Thank you for hanging out with me. I appreciate it a lot. I will see you all when I see you all. I'll try to keep you all updated on what we figure out for the She-Hulk reactions and editing streams if I continue doing those for it and all of that jazz. But yeah. One more yawn. Thank you for hanging out. I appreciate you all very, very much. And I hope you all have a great rest of your week. Goodbye.